So we're going deeper into Maqam phrasing using all of the concepts we've already learned and some new ones. We're also going to talk about exactly what Seyir means and how it relates from the macro to the micro level. And plus, in the end, I've got a full Suznak Taqsim for you that I played, which I'm also going to analyze so you can see what's going on. So join me. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos, I hope you are, then please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it a lot. In my previous video called Maqam Phrasing 01, we discussed establishing a tonal center. We'll go further into this, but I want to give you a zoom out again and look at it from the macro view so we can understand what we're talking about. So again, in that video, I discussed what could be described as one chapter or tonal center. Let's remember again what a chapter consists of. At its minimum, it's presenting one tonal center, and it's doing so by a couple of phrases, a couplet, like in poetry, a rhyme, or a call and response. This is the way to establish a tonal center. You approach it with a question, and then you answer it, and you give it this kind of symmetry, which makes it complete, and you've presented the idea and finished it, and you move on to the next one. Or you stay there and develop it using other techniques. Also from the previous video of Maqam phrasing, you should remember the approach of listening or developing a tonal center during the phrase and ending the phrase by developing a different tonal center on another note. The next chapters of our Taqsim or composition could focus on different tonal centers on different degrees of the scale. So usually these would be, as they are known in Arabic music, as the tonic is the qarar, the dominant is the ramaz. The ramaz of the scale isn't necessarily the fifth note, but many times it is. The third, the high octave, the jawab. So the next chapters of our Taqsim or composition, as we said, could move and develop other tonal centers, implying other maqams related to the main one, or modulating to entirely new ones. So the collection of jins or ajnas that we present and on certain tonal centers in relationship to each other and the order in which we present them, this gives us the melodic development of the maqam, also known as Seyir. Seyir in Arabic means movement. As all other concepts, this principle applies on all levels. So we could talk about the Seyir of an entire composition, or the Seyir of one chapter within that composition, or even the Seyir of a inside the phrase, the notes that we develop and rest on before resolving to other notes. So because of this fractal kind of approach or aesthetic, understanding the principles of building a basic phrase will also help us later develop a full Taqsim or composition. For example, we could take Maqam Suznak and describe a single chapter Seyir for it. In order to present Maqam Suznak with one movement or chapter, start by establishing Hijaz on Nawa or Sol, and end by establishing Rast on Rast or Do. We could also divide this into two chapters and do the same thing, each chapter containing its own mini structure.